Hello, gorgeous soul, and welcome to our final practice for Club Prana. I can't believe that we have been breathing for a whole year together. We've been doing this breathwork series for a whole year. If you're brand new here, it's all good. You can join us from today. You can go back and check out the other practices later. But essentially, for anyone who's new here, Club Prana has been a year-long journey that we have undertaken or some of us have undertaken it for a whole year. Some of us have been doing these practices, 40-day practices consistently over this year with a different breath practice every 40 days. Some people have been popping in and out. Some people are just doing the breath once and then coming back for the next one. It's all good. Whatever you're here to do is what you're here to do. So this is our final breath practice. If you do this for 40 days, it should take you to the end of the year. But depending on where you're at, if you miss days, if you started late, I'll leave you to work out the times for yourself. You may need a couple of extra days. If you find that you've done your 40 days and you still have a few days left before you get up to your 365, then my suggestion for you is to go back to the practices and pick the ones that you liked and do them like one day at a time. And you can, if you like, for the last 40 days or the last few weeks or however long you have left of this 365 days, you can do this practice that we're going to do today for the 40 days, or you could do this for a couple of days, you could do this for 11 days, and then go back to some of the other practices and like revisit them. You could even, if you wanted to decide, actually, Vix, this breath didn't do it for me, I'm going to go back and do Panchgrani breath again. That was one of my favorite ones, or, whatever you need. So now that you have this collection of practices that you've gotten to know as well, now you can decide each day when you wake up, you can go, oh, I really need some of that self-care breath today, or I really need some of that Satali breath or some alternate nostril breathing or whatever. You have this beautiful bag of pranic tricks that you can dive into, and you can grab whatever you need whenever you need it. So today's practice, and the practice for the next 40 days, if you would like to do so, is called the self-care breath. And this kind of sounds like it's going to be really easy, like it's going to be a really easy breath, but actually it's kind of challenging. So it was interesting that this was the one that really spoke to me. What we're going to do is when we practice it, and I'll just set up my timer to do that now so that I remember, when we practice it, I'm going to tell you when we've come to a minute, 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes, so that you can take a break, because it's actually pretty intense, but it's really, really good. It's a really, really good one. Okay. So the self-care breath increases your inner energy and strength. It boosts the immune system and cleanses the body. So this is like fantastic for coming up to the end of the year. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere and you're getting cold, then that immune booster could be useful. And the inner energy and the strength, this is a good one for like connecting with your inner light as well, which is often something that we really need to do when we're moving into winter. And here in Australia, even though it's, we're coming into summer, yay, this is still can be like a challenging time of the year where we're constantly kind of thinking about everybody else. We're doing our Christmas shopping, we're making plans, we got to fit in with what everybody else is doing. It's a time when it can be really difficult to just come back to the self and do something for yourself, right? Like it's a really busy time. So this is a nice way to just come back to yourself for 3 minutes every day. Okay. So this is how we practice. We sit in easy pose. Easy pose is just this. I like to do easy pose with one foot over the other. This is like a half lotus position. You can sit in a normal kind of cross-legged position. You can also do this sitting on a chair if that is better for your body. We're going to bring the hands to the heart center. And whenever we do any kind of like heart center mudra, the left always goes first and then the right. And that's in many, many traditions, not just in Kundalini yoga. So that's the posture, that's the mudra. And then the eyes are going to be closed and we're going to sense the area under the palms. So essentially what we want to do here is, a lot of the time when we close the eyes for these practices, we are invited to set the intention or the focus at the third eye point. So the eyes are closed and we're kind of visualizing that, you know, we're setting our focus here at the third eye. But for this breath, we're going to set our focus here at the heart center. How beautiful is that? Okay, and then the breath. This is the interesting part of this mantra. Well, of this practice. There's also a little mantra thing that we do at the end that's quite interesting too. This is, I'll read it directly from the teachings and then we'll kind of break it down. Open the mouth and form a circle that is tight and precise, a boar's mouth. I don't really know what a boar's mouth even looks like, but it's like an O mouth breath, essentially. Breathe a steady, powerful cannon breath through the mouth. Let your mind focus on the mouth ring and shape the breath into a ring. So it's essentially just this O mouth breath, and we're kind of doing this like cannon fire. So it's something like this. So we talk about the cannon fire breath a lot in Kundalini yoga. We often use it if we've suspended the breath and we hold the breath for a moment and then we cannon fire the breath out and we get this beautiful like kind of breath. But what we want to do with this practice is use that cannon fire in and out. I kind of like to think about this as like, to me it feels like a real like bellows breath. We're kind of like really like I really feel it, like my ribs just expanding and contracting like that. So it's not like the when we've done the breath of fire, which is very much from the belly, like the, or even when we did that with the O mouth breath. This one's sort of more like a. Now, when you do this breath, it's still really important that you bring it down into the belly as much as you can, like the ribs, the belly, like really feel that breath coming from the lower place. If you do this breath too high up, you're going to get very dizzy. You're going to feel very strange very, very quickly. So make sure that you're breathing low down. Really get it into your belly. If you feel dizzy doing this, then quit doing the cannon fire and just do a long, deep, slow breath through the mouth, which looks more like this. So that's pretty different to. So you might, if this is the first time you've done a breath like this, you might like to try that. The cannon fire for a little bit, for a few rounds, and then just do some slow, deep breathing. Try it again. Like I said, I'm going to tell you when a minute's up. So if you hear me say, that's a minute, you're like, I'm done, then you stop at that point and you just relax and you just do long, slow, deep breathing through your mouth if that feels good. Otherwise, you can do it through your nose as well. And then you come join us at the end for the end. If you get to 2 minutes, you feel like 1 minute, yeah, I'm okay. Maybe you get to 2 minutes and you're like, now I need to have a break. When you're practicing this yourself, you can do it for 1 minute. You don't need to do it for 3 minutes. You can just do it for 1 minute. You can do it for 30 seconds. If you like the effect, but you're not yet ready to do it for 3 minutes, do it for 30 seconds. And then that's it. That's your practice done. Okay. So let's practice. So we've got let's just quickly go through it, recap what we're doing here. Sitting in easy pose, left hand on the heart, right hand on top of the left. The eyes are closed And the inner gaze, or the concentration point, is at the heart, is under the hands. And then we're inhaling, exhaling through the mouth with the cannon fire breath. And that's it. Okay. Let's begin. Don't have to go at my pace. You can slow the cannon fire breath down. Whatever feels good for you. Remember, take breaks. Slowing it down is another good modification as well that can help you to keep going for a little bit longer. Remember to breathe low down into the belly. That's 1 minute. The 2-minute point. Please look after yourself. If you're feeling at all dizzy, just come back to that long, deep, slow breathing through the mouth, or slowing the cannon fire breath right down. This is the self-care breath, so you do what you need to do that feels like the self-care practice for you in this moment. Take a deep inhale. And now we mentally repeat, I am beautiful, I am innocent, I am innocent, I am beautiful. Exhale. Inhale. I am beautiful, I am innocent, I am innocent, I am beautiful. Exhale. Inhale. I am beautiful, I am innocent, I am innocent, I am beautiful. Exhale. Relax the hands down onto the knees and just take a few moments here to meditate and notice how you feel. To your heart center, reconnecting with your own heart. And you may even like to take a moment here to think about how you can look after yourself how you can best care for yourself today and moving forward into these next 40 days. And take a deep inhale and exhale. And that's it, gorgeous soul. That's our final practice for Club Prana. Thank you so much for joining me today and practicing with me today. If you are curious about breathwork, if it's new for you, check out the link below for Club Prana. You will find at that link access to a website, a private website that has all of the practices, and it also has a bunch of PDF documents that I made, like these really fun PDFs. Every single breath practice has all the information in the PDF. It has the modifications, and it also has a tarot oracle card spread to go along with the breath, which I thought was like a fun thing to put in there as well. So go and check that out if you want to know more about prana. There's also like a whole bunch of information about what prana is and how to really access it and why it's so important there too. And if you enjoyed this practice and you were like, Vix, I want more of this stuff, then please come and check out my Kundalini yoga courses. I have a whole bunch of them up now for self-study. We're also about halfway through the 10 Bodies series as well. I'm recording new classes for that every single week at the moment, which is just an absolute joy, and people are having so many positive experiences from that. So if you're Kundalini curious, I got you. The links are all below. Thank you so much. It feels kind of weird to be wrapping this up and saying this is the final Club Prana practice, because I've been doing this every day this year, every single day. I haven't missed a day. It's okay if you do miss a day though, self-love. But I'm also, really excited that I've managed to stick to this. This was something that at the very beginning of the year, coming into 2024 as an 8 year, it's the year of prana. Prana is the pranic body, is the 8th body in Kundalini yoga. So I wanted to do something to honor that and to tap into that, and so these practices have been a part of that for me. It was something that I wanted to do for myself, and I thought, hey, if I'm doing it anyway, I might as well make some little videos and share it with anybody else that might want to do it too. I'd love to hear from you. Has this been useful? Tell me how your practice is going. Where are you at on your journey? And also, a final question for you. Would you like to do another 365 days? Maybe not breath work, but maybe we could do mantra, or we could do meditation, different meditations, or something else for next year. Let me know if you're up for it, because I'd love to do it. If you want it, I am sending you so much love. Thank you for being here with me on this journey. Lots and lots of love. Sat Nam.